Newcomb, and George. The back row will consist of Belt. And going to start our serving today will be Wasson, and the number 15, the libero, Ashlyn Minier. The group out there for Coach Emma Pruitt and her squad. As we said, 21-11 last season, 6-1 in their conference. Triton, pretty similar, 6-1 in their conference, 27-6 on their season as the season concluded last year. So as the Triton coaches trying to get lineups figured out down here. Final checks. Like I said, early season, so everybody's trying to get things figured out, make sure they get their ducks in a row. And we'll get the conference figured out here. And everything's all okay now as the green light's been given to Wasson. And this match is underway between Triton and Frontier. Wasson setting up on a good swing up front there and getting the point is Newcomb. And she'll get credit for the kill. Wasson goes back again. Watch this group in warm-ups. Pass the ball really well. Good communication. They hit the ball really well for Frontier. And that one sailing out the back of the back line as Clara Dahl goes back to serve. Junior settles in. Sends to the back row in the middle. It's handled. Kruger hits it to the back row and Veer stops it. Maya Davis winds up, sends it down with a kill, and she continues to kill it here today. 6 kills in the first, and I believe I had 8 kills in their second. So she's continuing 14, 15 kills in the day for Maya Davis. And good passing again up front for the Trojans. And Clara Dahl sends it away. Pushing across way to Newcomb. Hits it up top. And didn't quite get to clear the net. 4 hits is the call. Now Clara Dahl back to serve. Falcons on the return. Minier gets it across. Clara Dahl catches him napping and drops it in for the kill. Nice job by Clara to really read that. See the defense really over pursuing up close to the net and drop that one right behind the zone. Dahl again. Minier on the return. Wesson pushes it across the way to Newcomb, who sees an empty spot in the zone. Good find by her across the court. It's her second kill here of the match. Newcomb settles in. Dahl leaves it. Maya Davis. Minier handles it, and it goes away, and a kill for Maya. Now Sierra Hawley goes back to serve. Doing some house cleaning over there?
Yeah. I got food on my mind right now.
Makes 2 of us.
Food's coming on its way.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Food that's on its way. Maya Davis gets up and knocks it down. Frontier winning a call where she crossed over top of the net. Trying with a 4-point lead as Hawley sends a good serve to the back row. Frontier on the attack. And they get a hit there and a good swing by Newcomb again.
Do we know what the records on the day are yet? Other than we're undefeated.
I didn't make it that far. I was going to do that because I thought we were getting a break, and I was wrong. We misjudged how the breaks work. So Ashlyn Minier now to serve. Maya Davis winds up but couldn't get that one to stay to cross over the net. Simonier gets a go again. Hawley now leaves it for Dahl, leaves it back now. Good pass. Maya Davis sends it down on the assist from Clara Dahl. Triton's passing has really improved here this morning. Kind of gets shaky there just a little bit, but then they find a way to readjust. Davis now sends a rocket to the back row. Handled there by Lamson. And 4 hits will be the call on a nice serve from Maya Davis. Davis settles in. Drives it down. Here comes Crash Howard and sends it back. Kennedy Howard gets her first kill of the set. Davis couldn't quite get on top of that missed time and sends it out the back row, trying to push the defense back to that back line. Now back to service, Madison George. Couldn't quite get to clear. Had some good velocity on that serve. Just didn't get to really clear. So 4 and 5 get a break for Triton as Allie Westaver back to serve. Allie's had a pretty good day today. Good strong hit there from Lamson. Lamson again tips it across. Westaver handles it. Bailey Gray leaves it up for Avery Veers. Back row. Newcomb got a piece of that one off the I-beam. Blocked up front. Savannah Hawley.
We do have a poster out in the hall that says the scores. I'm trying to decipher the poster, though.
Oh. Westaver pushing it back row. Weston leaves it. Avery Veers gets the kill.
Well, that first match we've seen Triton beat Argus 25-9, 25-7. Was that right?
25-9, 25-7, yes.
And Triton beat LCA 25-17, 25-20.
Yes. 25-17, 25-20, yes. That one drops in, an ace for Allie Westaver. And a timeout for the Falcons as Triton pushing that lead up to 8. So we don't know what
Okay, so then LCA beat East Chicago Central 25-23, 25-16. These aren't in order. These are the games that happen in the trench. Now in the TAC, Frontier beat LCA in 3. That was 25-16, 25-21, or 21-25, and then 15-12. Frontier beat East Chicago Central in the TAC, 25-17, 25-17. Frontier beat Argus in the TAC. I know it looks like 25-14, 25-11 maybe.
Okay.
Very
poor penmanship.
Well,
what you're saying?
Just kind of messy.
Huh. Okay. Well, the two teams that are undefeated right now in this match are on the day are featured in this match right now. We got to watch that LCA and East Chicago Central games. Really both came down to the wire. Avery Veers swings. Didn't quite get her where she wanted. Goes into the net. And out of the timeout, the Falcons get the point. Now send back Lexi Lamson, the freshman, back to serve. Bailey Gray finds an empty spot in the zone and gets the kill. Now Kate Howell will check in, as Riker will check in. Howell in a hurry, hits that one across. Wesson to Newcomb, and before hits, lost track. A lot of encouragement on that Frontier side with the group on the floor. Howell goes again. Wesson leaves it, and that hit drops right in. As Kramer gets a good swing on a nice pass from Wesson.
Where's Frontier from? Geographically from us?
That way.
That way, okay.
West, I believe. Urim Reichert with some nice defense on the front line. 4 hits with some nice defense. Really provided some good pressure on them up there along the net. Now Avery veers back to serve. Was I close? Yeah, it took patience. Slowed down that approach.
Well, that direction, but they're north of Lafayette.
North Lafayette. So south and
It's
west.
an hour 30.
South and west. And the Falcons recover. Westaver up to Maya Davis. She'll send it down on the assist from Allie Westaver.
That's in the direction of the one-stop salad bar.
Oh, yeah. You only get one trip.
Yeah, they're not too far from Francisville.
That serve hits the back line. Avery still on the drive here. Her second ace in this sequence.
Oop.
I have to get some really catchy word of the day broadcast this year. I'm looking forward to this. Westover tracks it down, brings it back to play. Holly a little too high, a little too far and forward in front of it. But a good effort on that front line. The Falcons get the point. We need to get a little ticker up here when we have a tournament so we know what the scores are over there. Now it goes out of bounds.
Well, I want a ticker, but it would face the other direction. Then we need one over there, too, to face our direction.
Oh. That or I can just post my phone up right here and just have a...
I really like that ticker they have at Michigan City Marquette. Or
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Catholic.
That was pretty slick. I did like that ticker. Yeah, I like the ticker. Up close to the net, Wilson tried to bring it away from it. Apparently my kids are getting snarky today. They said they were upset that their mom didn't have the current game on and said she didn't love me enough because she didn't have the game on. She goes, he's not talking during this one. So she turned it off. So Danny...
Well, you were talking. I wonder if you were being picked up.
Oh, probably. I was talking. I tried to talk quietly, but had to give you needed a break. Newcomb to serve. Jillian Bulis brings it back into play. Maya Davis sends it down. Maya with her 6th kill here of the set. And Sierra Hawley patiently waits on the back line. Crash Howard, Savannah Hawley, and Maya Davis the front line for Triton. Minier corrals it. Minier calls for it, rolls it across. Dahl leaving up, pushes it past the net, blocked up front by Crash Howard. This keeps it alive. And player Dahl sets it deep across. Minier drives into the top of the net. Triton now 2 points away from taking the first set, I believe. Yes. Holly now goes to Minier. Wesson. Nice find there. But Lexi Lamson gets her kill from the assist from Wesson. Got a couple of those today. The assist from her. Nice passing for the Falcons as Minier serves it away. On return, and she heads up. Good heads up play on the front line by Frontier. It's going to go out of bounds. The Falcons back on the board. Tipped up front, and the Falcons can't get it. Double hit is the call. Now Maya Davis back to serve. Avery Veers now checks in for Bulis. The Frontier front line consists of Kramer, Wesson, and George on their front line. As that serve goes to the back row for Maya Davis is an ace counted for the senior. And I believe a time. Oh, that's the end of the first set. Triton takes it 25-11. So that's the end of the first set. So, of course, Monday we'll be back here in the trench as Triton will host John Glenn for their first non-conference regular season game. And, of course, the rest of the week, broadcast that we will for sure be at. Of course, tennis will be at Glenn on Tuesday. And then they'll be at Knox on Wednesday for boys tennis. Then they will be at Rochester on Thursday. And the volleyball will be at Oregon Davis. And then Friday we'll be back here on the Trojan Tundra for Triton and LaVille on Friday. And then the JV tournament will be here in the trench next week for Triton. So see how Frontier bounces back from a tough set there for them. Groups can pay. I mean, they get some nice passes. Just got to get things a little more on point to where they can get hit. But it's first few games of the year, trying to shake off the rust and get themselves in midseason form. 25-11. Don't worry, I pay attention. You got a lot going on over there.
Trying to get the website fixed, and
there's a lot going on. Of course, I've got some important commitments here in about 2 hours.
oh yeah, real good, real important.
It's important to me, okay? Caden asked if it'd be okay. Well, in my league, he said, "Was that going to work?" I'm like, "Oh, it'll be fine. We'll be okay." I said, "If not, I said you might want to listen." I said, "I'll be broadcasting and picking my players as the game goes on." I've gotten into this fantasy football thing these last few years. I think it's fun. We tried playing it in our family, and we're not allowed to play it anymore. They say it's an unfair advantage that I help my kids.
So you're not gambling. It's just.
Oh, no, yeah, right. Do you think Michelle, the banker would let me spend money on something like that? Absolutely not. It's just this is more for fun. And we tried doing it in our house for something, and, hell, no one wanted to do it anymore. They said it's unfair. They said, we'll play if Andy doesn't play. We had some board games like that, too. Played a couple games, and he played them once and never played them again. So Gray, Davis, and Riker at the front line for Triton. Westaver, Holly, will check in the libero position, and Veers in the back row for Triton. On the front line for the Falcons, we'll have Wesson, Newcomb, and Kruger. The back row will be Minier, George, and Belt will be the group in the back row. So both teams get settled in. Triton will serve. That means Avery Veers will start us off. Really settled down in that last set. We're kind of controlled her speed a little bit. Get the ball placed on her hand where she likes it. Did some good serves. Came away with a couple aces. She continues to serve the ball well here in this set. Kruger up front. Goes to Westaver on the far side. Gray leaves it for Maya Davis. Drives it down, and she'll get the kill. Maya Davis with 7. A nice pass from Gray. And Avery Veers gets her 3rd ace of the match. She'll await it. Go back again. Push the back row, and another ace as George was kind of hung up at the right spot. She picked a spot in the zone and attacks it. And now Jillian Bulis will check in and go back to serve. So split serve now. That serve goes out of bounds. Wesson now to serve. Goes to Holly. Westaver leaves it for Maya Davis and drives it through the block. Wesson now to Newcomb. Holly digs it alive, and Bailey Gray hits it, but just outside the line, and the Falcons get the point. It's a good dig by Sierra Holly, and Bailey Gray had the right idea, just couldn't quite keep it in the zone. Wesson now. Holly handles it. Westaver pushing it to Maya Davis, who tips it across, and she'll get the point. Bailey Gray now. Wesson leaves it for Newcomb. Drives it through the block. Bailey Gray on the return. Maya Davis swings through and drops it in. Communication between the coaches, some lighthearted conversation between the coaching staff and Bailey back here before she serves this one. Wesson leaves it for Kruger. Rolls it across. Bailey Gray handles it. It's going to go in the crowd. Oliver gets out of the way. And a point belongs to the Falcons. And Clara Dahl will check in for Bailey Gray. And Kennedy Howard back in the game for Allie Westaver. Newcomb back across, but pushes again out of bounds. Dahl now leaves it. Maya Davis drives it down. Minier handles it. She pushed it back the other way. Howard pushing the back row and just outside the line, trying to drop it in that corner. Minier now Davis handles it. Dahl back to Davis, but a double hit call on the pass. Dahl not pushing it. Free ball back across for the Falcons to set. Wesson leaves it for George, who drives it across, and she'll get the kill. Holly pushing it up to Savannah Holly, but didn't quite get the right angle on the hit. Menier to drive it. Clara Dahl handles it on the return. Savannah Holly drops it in the bucket. So Savannah Holly gets her second kill. Had a block kill earlier. Turn. Crash have a conversation along the front line. Serve goes into the net, and that gives the Falcons the lead by 1. George to serve. Good strong serve to the back row. Dahl leaves it up high for Davis, who hits from beyond the attack line. A miscommunication on the front line ties it up at 8. I don't have a number 9 for them, so I do apologize. I don't have a number 9 for Frontier. On today's program. Good block up front by Holly, but she'll cross underneath the net. And the Falcons get a 1-point lead. Lexi Lamson back to serve. Holly tracks it down. One more hit for Triton. No one home for trying to hit it. And now a 2-point lead. I believe Coach Egan wants a timeout, and that's what he's going to get. So Triton will talk it over. As Frontiers really came out here in this first set, firing on all cylinders, keeping things close, and right now with that 2-point advantage. So Maya Davis having herself quite a day. I have her down for 8 kills here in this match alone. The rest of the day had 6, 14, and had, I believe she's well over 20. I believe she has 22 kills on the day. If my math is right, which usually never is. .22. That's what I have down. Westaver now goes to Gray, rolls it across. Frontier on the attack. Newcomb through the block. Westaver up high for Veers, drives it. Good block up front by Wesson, but it goes out of bounds. Deflected it the wrong way. And Kate Howell will check in, as will Urim Reichert. Howell goes back row. Newcomb blocked up front by Reichert. Triton will get it. Big block there for Urim Reichert. Howell with a nice serve. Kramer gets a piece of it up front, but deflects it to her left, and Triton gets the point. Now they have that lead. So Triton on a 3-point run here. And the Falcons missed you up front. Good defense on the front line for Triton, really disguising things and putting some pressure. Many are taking over that leadership role as the senior libero. Trying to focus up her group out there on the floor. Riker didn't quite get mistimed her swing. Now it's back to a 1-point ball game. As Summer Kramer back to serve, the sophomore. Dials in where she wants to go with it. And gets an ace. Tied up at 12. Kramer pushing that one out of bounds. Just to pass that back line. Avery Veer's now back to serve with a 1-point lead. Maya Davis pushes it back row and drops it in just inside the line. Now Avery Veers again sends a rocket in the back row. This time the Falcons don't bite. Wesson back to serve. Or Wasson, excuse me. I've been saying Wesson. Wasson back to serve. It's the top of the net. Having to dry the floor in some spots today. Green out of serve. Bailey's serve goes to the back row. Wasson now pushing it to Newcomb. Goes through. Davis gets a piece of it. Avery Veers keeps it alive, and the free ball goes back across. Good hustle there by the Trojans. George back row. Veers now. Westever leaves it up high for Davis, who sends it down, and Triton off the scramble puts it back into play and has a chance to reset their offense, and they get the point on the kill from Maya Davis, who on my record has 10 here in this match, and from the nice assist from Allie Westhaver. Good passing, good hustle by the Blue Slam on that exchange. Gray drops it, trying to get it to get inside that line. Had an opening just past the sideline. So a few substitutions. As Newcomb back to serve, the freshman. Good serve by her, and gets the ace. Well, 1-point ball game, been back and forth here in this second set. Just off the top of the net. It's hard to play those when they hit the top of that net. To change your direction. A timeout for Triton. As we're tied at 16. Trying to, Coach Eveland, outstanding head coach, trying to get his group focused back in as the assistants all chime in as well. He has everybody's attention definitely in that huddle as he's talking to everybody and really kind of talking to him. And Evelyn, very good communicator, very good head coach here for the Blue Slam. He's done a nice job these last several years. Very good head coach before his time here as well. Just having a word with the judges. Now the speaking captain. It's not like how someone's. Newcomb goes back row. Now to Maya Davis. Out of the timeout. Gets it to drop in. As Riker comes off the floor. Savannah Hawley back in the game on the front line for Triton as Sierra goes back to serve. Ties it up at 17. Kramer checks in. For Frontier. Battle up on the front line as Howard gets it across. Lawson leaves it for George, but her hit mistimed, and it goes into the net. Triton leads by one. Well, the two teams are just kind of duking it out over points back and forth. Waiting to see if someone's going to go on a run and take control. And here sets it across. Howard dumps it the other way. And she'll get the kill, so crash credit to that one to her. Now 2-point ball game. Davis goes to Minier. Wasson leaves it for Kramer. Tips it across. Blocked up front by Hollywood. They're going to say they went over the net. Went into it. The foul called on Howard. George drives down trying to send a line drive. It hits the top of the net. Westaver now. Leaves it. Kramer blocked up front by Holly. Westaver leaves it. Avery Veers swings and hits that one out the back row. Draws the Falcons within one. Holly handles it. Westaver. Leaves it for Gray. Play close to net. Triton gets the point. Now Savannah Holly goes back to serve. Good serve by the freshman to the back row. And Veers and Reichert send it back across. Now Kate Howell goes back to serve. Menier handles it. Wasson to Newcomb. Out the back row. I say tipped on that Triton front line. Kruger now checks in. Kramer pushing it, trying to lead, trying to that front corner. Now Triton by 3, knocking on the door here. Sears hits the top of the net and an ace. Now be match point for the Trojans. Avery's 5th ace here of the match. Frontier trying to fight to stay in it. Triton trying to end it. Reichert across the way. Newcomb drives it. And Frontier still alive. Now Watson settles in. Down by 3. Match point still for the Blue Slam. Maya Davis tries to send it down. Frontier rallying. Westaver leaves it. Maya Davis drives it down, and Triton takes the match 25-21. Maya Davis in double digits in kills in that set as Triton continues to be unbeaten on the day. So I had Maya down for 12 kills in that match. I had Savannah Hawley down for a block kill, so 2 kills for her. And she had another one earlier. Kennedy Howard with 2, Clara Dahl with 1, and I had one apiece for Avery Veers and Bailey Gray. I'm sure I missed some, but we'll go with that. We'll get ready for our next broadcast as we will have Triton in East Chicago Central here in just a little bit. So we'll be back right here on the Triton Trojan Sports Network as we are going to switch streams for our YouTube broadcast.